Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. So for today's video is our October wrap up. This has been a while. It's been a while. I'm out of sorts, so I need to get back into my rhythm, but we are here to wrap up my first 4 books for October, and then hopefully we'll be back into our rhythm. First up, I have Tormented Diamonds, which I gave 4.75. I was lucky to read an arc of it. It's actually out today as I'm filming this, which is the 6th of October. This is the 3rd and final book in the 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈, I think is how we pronounce it, Empire series trilogy. I really loved this book, and our character's story got rounded off so nicely, and I was just obsessed and absorbed by this book. Everything literally came full circle in that book, like the connections and all the little trails and everything all came together and just rounded off. And like there were some connections I was like, this is insane, like how all these people are connected, and like it's just like, yeah, it was crazy. Like my brain was like, oh, so wait, so this person's connected to this person, this person connected to this one. I was like, oh, okay, there was many revelations in this book. These characters, okay, their growth as individuals and as a couple, insane. Like when we first meet them to the very end of this series, like it is crazy. And then like just in this book in itself, like they go through so fucking much, and they come out on the other side, and it's just, I was so happy that they got the ending they got. Although, speaking of endings, before I forget, right, we had a nice little happy moment, and then we finished the book. Literally, we finished the book. Happy moment, as you do on an epilogue, you know, it's all great fun. I read the synopsis of another book, which I believe is out, because I believe Cora Campbell done the Next Generation first and has now gone back to do the parents. So the kids of that, Gianni and Becca, already have their books, so they're already out there. She just went back and done their parents. Anyway, I saw the synopsis of that book, and what was mentioned, no, you can't do that to me. I mean, I found the author in the perfect place, because it means I can start at I'm starting at the very beginning with the 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈 Empire, and I can work forward from it. No, you don't do that to me. No, you don't give me happy and then give me the synopsis of the book and just fuck me over. You don't do that. I am not mentally stable enough for that, and you did that to me. That's not okay. Alright, it's not okay. Just saying. Gianni, he has his balls so high, but watching him finally break that down and finally let people in and just allowing himself to be whole as a person was, for me, actually really relieving. I felt at peace after that, because I just felt like I was constantly on edge for him and like waiting for the shoe to drop for him, but when he finally allowed it, I just felt relief and like this pressure off of my shoulders. And yeah, it was just insane. But like just watching him and like his obsession with Becca, just, which leads me on to Becca. Becca is a very tough character. She goes through so much trauma across this series, and then in this one as well, like, but she hands it all like a fucking queen. Like that girl, a woman, just is so fucking strong. And watching it also open up to this other side of life, and you know, this new role she's been brought into, and you know, she just handles it all so well. Like, but don't get me wrong, she still has her moments, but she does handle it still like a boss. Like, she's so shstrong when it comes to all of it. And yeah, I've just been obsessed with this series, so I highly recommend picking up the series. It starts with Torched Spades, Tortured Hearts, Tormented Diamonds. So yeah, but that was our first book for October. Now obviously October is Chaos Halloween, so for the first prompt I picked, well, the first prompt I rolled was Family Pick, and my mum, technically she picked Sarah's Story, but that's the 3rd book in the series, so we went back to the first. So I read Imogen's Story by Ali Fisher. I gave this a 3.5. Okay, I did enjoy this one. but everything goes so quick. So it's a quick read. I flew through the book, but everything within it, their relationship, the story, the plot, the writing, it was just all so fast. I would have loved it if it slowed down a bit to really build that tension with the characters and really build that relationship with a lot of foundation to it, rather than it just being there. I am intrigued to obviously explore the rest of the series and explore those characters because it is interesting, and like I said, they're fast reads, which is handy if you want to slot a book in. But yeah, it was a bit too fast with everything, and I would have loved that to slow down. I personally feel like their writing was very polite at points, like very polite, and yeah, it's a little bit weird, and I would have just loved the tension, like I said, the tension between the characters build. I do read this in week 1 of my 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈 vlog, so you guys can go check that out if you want to see me reading this one in a bit more detail. Next was another arc, and that was 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈𝖔𝖒𝖊. I have loved this one. I give it a 4.5. I've really enjoyed it. These characters, it's a dark Swan Lake retelling. It's the first book in a series, I know, but I really enjoyed it, and it was really at the 40-45% mark that I really got hooked. Again, this is in my week-long readathon vlog, so if you want to see more in depth, you can see over there. But yeah, it was kind of around that mark that I got even more hooked in, and I just like devoured the book. It was very quick paced, and like the writing was so smooth. They were interesting characters to explore. What's the dude's name? Orion is obsessed with Luna. Like, I mean obsessed. And he will do absolutely fucking anything to protect that woman. Like, I mean, he will do anything. Luna's a strong character who, you know, she shows a lot of bravery and resilience throughout the book and what she's doing, and they defy a lot of odds between them, and they build such a strong bond. And yeah, it's insane. And the mental health representation for her is really, really good as well, and you know, it shows how our mental healths don't define us. If you guys want to see more of it, it's in that vlog, and I go into a lot more depth. And then the most recent book that I finished is Play With Me by Rebecca Mack. Yes, I have finally read it. I have finally read it. Again, it's in that video, but I have obsessed, devoured it. I've been on one hell of an emotional roller coaster ride. Like, it's been insane. Laughing my fucking ass off at some points, smiling, crying, didn't sob though, and just like fanning myself in the spice. And it's just, yeah, it's whew, there's spice in there, but like it's perfectly balanced with the banter. It's such a good time. I have loved every second of the story, minus a certain part. Could have done without that, but otherwise I really, really loved it, and I'm just obsessed, and I can't wait to explore more of this universe and more of the characters. And just, yeah, I can't believe it took me so fucking long to pick it up. Garrett and Jenny as characters are so interesting, but they work so well. Like, they are very much opposites, but they do work well. And Garrett is such a golden retriever, but he has so much love, respect and patience for Jenny, and he supports her through her internal battles and her finding herself. And Jenny's a tough character because she goes through a lot, and you know, she's really working on, I don't like want to use the term better version, because you know, everything that she is now is who she is, but it's her coming to accept it. But I didn't really know a better term to describe it, so better version was what I came up with. But yeah, I've really, really loved and enjoyed. 5 stars if I didn't say. But yeah, I think that covers our first 4 books. Like I said, they are actually all within my week 1 reading vlog, so I go into a bit more depth in those if you guys want to go and check them out. But yeah, otherwise we're back into the wrap-up game, and this is going to be interesting and fun, but I will come and see you guys with my next wrap-up. So I am unfortunately DNFing my next book in October, which is 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈𝖔𝖒𝖊 by 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈𝖔𝖒𝖊. I just can't. I'm not getting the same vibes as I did with the first book. It's not hooking me. I don't know if it's just the fact that my taste has changed or the book in itself, but I mean, it could be a mixture, but I just can't. I can't get into this one, unfortunately. It's just not it for me right now, and it may not be a case of it being for me. So yeah, we're calling it a day on that one, but it is what it is. So I'm reading a wrap up in for The Mistake by Elle Kennedy. I read this one in my Kindle knockout video, so if you guys want to check out my more in-depth, I recommend going over there, but I give it a 4.25. I've really enjoyed this one. the characters were very interesting and their story was interesting, and I loved getting to explore more of John Logan because, you know, we see this one perspective of him in the first book, so then going into this one and getting his point of view and seeing him in more depth and from, you know, a closer POV from like somebody else, it was definitely very interesting. So yeah, I very much loved this one and I flew for it. I flew for it in a matter of like a couple of sit-ins, I think it was. So yeah, if you guys want fast and easy reads, I recommend picking up the off-campus series. So I've got a couple of wrap-ups for you. I ended up DNFing Dance of Defiance by 𝖕𝖊𝖑𝖈. I just could not get into this book, and I mean I do have a lot of other stuff going on as well, so that might play a part, but for this one it just did not hook me in straight away. I think I made it 73 pages and I was like, I just need to stop. It's just not, it's not vibing for me. And then I also read Beautiful Poison by 𝖕𝖊𝖑𝖈. This is a collection of 4 short stories and smoky scenes and everything. I gave it 4. I gave it 4 to it because it's only like 71 pages, I think it is. Well, it's about 71, 73, 71. So it's just really short. So there's still a good plot to each short story, but they're just very smutty. And yeah, very much loved this. And one of the short stories is now a book, which I'm currently reading, so you'll see soon. But yeah, thoroughly love this one. And yeah, I think that's all I've got to wrap up for you guys at the moment. So I finished reading Fractured Constellations by 𝖕𝖊𝖑𝖈. I did have this as an ARC. It is officially out now, so you guys can go and read it. I gave it a 5-star. I really loved this. Please do be cautious if you want to go into this book. Cancer is the main topic in there. It is a massive part of the story. You watching this character go through treatment and the side effects and everything, so it is very heavy. So if that is a trigger for you, please be cautious if you're going to go into it. But do know the subject and the conversation is handled with so much care, and there is also these little bits of banter throughout just to make it that little bit easier to absorb, and it doesn't feel like you're getting too much of an emotional tidal wave at you. But it is such a beautiful story. I have loved it. The characters I have loved. They are all so unique in their own ways, and all these little things that make them stand out, these little quirks, little qualities. The Banks triplets, we love them. We love them, and they come very far from when we see them at the beginning of the book, and finally see them be able to live their lives how they want to live their lives was really relieving for me. Luna is a very strong character, and to see her build and fight and gain this support system that she's never had before was really peaceful and really awe-inspiring, because, you know, she could finally just let the weight of the world off her shoulders a little bit. It is a very fast-paced book, but there is plenty of plot to back it up. 𝖕𝖊𝖑𝖈 is a fast burn writer, so everything moves very quickly. This starts very quickly, so do be warned as well about that. But like I said, there's plenty of plot to back it all up, and it's just such a good time. But yeah, 5 stars for me. I've loved it, and it's made me want to read more of 𝖕𝖊𝖑𝖈 again. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next wrap up. So I have a couple of books to wrap up for you guys. I finished Victorian Psycho by Virginia Fietto. I gave this a 2.75. I didn't enjoy this one as much as I thought I was going to enjoy it. Naturally, it's a very weird book, but like the character felt very weird, maybe like a little bit too much, that it kind of then ruined it, kind of ruined the character. And the writing style was very dramatized, for lack of a better word. Every now and then the main character, who is like the narrator of the story, would address us as readers, and you know, and there's some books where I enjoy that and it works well, but it just didn't for this book, and it kept taking me out the story, and like I kind of just then was like, oh, I don't really want to get back into this, like. But then I had to like relearn it all, reintroduce myself, and yeah, this one just wasn't it for me. I did also finish The Taskmaster by Nikki J. Summers. I don't know yet on a rating for this book as I'm speaking to you, so editing me will put it up on the screen. But I really enjoyed this book. I enjoyed the characters, their development, their growth. Like, both characters go through so much, and what Abigail goes through is kind of like some mystery for most of the book. And when it's revealed, I wasn't expecting that. Like, I knew she went through something, but I didn't think it was going to be that. So yeah, that took me by surprise. But I love the little connection to some of the other books, which I haven't read those yet, but I am excited to. And yeah, the writing was really nice. It flowed really nicely. Once I was able to just sit and read, I kind of just absorbed. But yeah, I did really love it, and if you guys haven't checked out 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈𝖔𝖒 yet, I do recommend going and doing so. Taskmaster is her newest release. It is out for you guys to go and grab. That I think is the only books I need to update you guys on so far, but I'll come back to you guys in a bit with some more books. So I have just finished 𝖫𝖑𝖈𝖔𝖒 by 𝖫𝖊𝖑 Sage. I'm giving this a 4.5 rating. I've loved exploring these characters and seeing their story and just getting this deep dive into them. I do read this in my 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈𝖔𝖒 week 4 vlog, so I do recommend checking that one out for a bit more detail about my thoughts and feelings on this book. But I did just love this and exploring these characters and just being obsessed by them. It truly just absorbed. And we had a little bonus scene at the end from Luke and Emmy, and I just feel like it concluded really nice, like full circle kind of moment. And yeah, I'm sad obviously to, you know, be at the end of these guys' stories, but I'm also excited the fact that I've finished a series. But obviously she's got her new series that started in Sweetwater Peak, and we had mentions of it here towards the end of this book, so I'm excited to go into that side of the universe and stuff. But I have loved these characters and exploring them, and little Riley is a cutie. We just love little Riley. And yeah, and Dusty was an interesting character to explore, but so was Cam. Like their history, because this is Second Chance, their history was just, I loved it. Not so much of like, you know, the flashbacks of what happened, why they then went together, but I did love it, and I did get a little bit emotional, but besides the point. But yeah, I've loved this. And you guys haven't picked up the Rebel Blue Ranch series, I recommend doing so. They're nice, quick, easy reads. They're comfy, like they're just beautiful stories, so I do recommend going and checking them out. But yeah, I thoroughly loved this one. Hey guys, so I am coming in to wrap up the last 3 books for the month of October. How we are at the end of October, I don't know. Well, technically I'm in November as I'm filming this last clip, but how the hell we got to the end and we're now, yeah, it's crazy. But first up I have Fixation of the Mind by Kira Stanley. This finished off a true wet for me. I gave this a 4.25. I did enjoy this one, but I did also at the same time ruin it for myself a little bit because I'd left it so long till picking it up, because I read the first book, literally was the first book I read this year, so I did kind of ruin it for myself by leaving it so long. But hey, it happens. So I was having to try and like have little bits that were said trying to trigger my memory, and then like obviously getting used to the world again, get used to the characters, which they didn't feel the same to me. The characters just didn't feel the same, and I don't know, there's things I can't really pinpoint on. I do read this in my Kindle knockout video, which should be coming soon, so stay tuned for that to see a more in-depth kind of wrap up. Next up I read An Arc of Fatal Vengeance by 𝖫𝖊𝖑𝖈𝖔𝖒. I gave this a 3 stars. I did enjoy this one. It has such a powerful core message into this one. This is domestic violence is a big thing within this book, so please do check your trigger warnings before you pick it up. And yeah, the characters are so powerful. 𝖫𝖊𝖑𝖈𝖔𝖒's work, this one does have a happy ending to a degree, but don't go into her work expecting happy endings and happy books. These ones are more just fucked up, I think is the best way to put it. But the female character is so strong, and watching her like take back control of her life, and that was just, yeah, it had a really big powerful core message, so I do recommend it. Just be cautious if you are going to pick that one up though. And then the last book to round out October was Madly Deeply, the Alan Rickman Diaries. I always want to say Truly, but it's not that. It's not at the end. I don't know why I want to add Truly at the end. But Madly Deeply, the Alan Rickman Diaries, I gave this one a 5. It was just a really interesting look into his life and kind of like his thought process, because like obviously these are his diary entries. You have some that are quite long, some that are quite short, and just the way he's written them is literally very like to the point of the days. So yeah, it was a really interesting look into his life. I don't know how many books that was for October. I will leave it up there. That is October done. This is my first wrap up done for a while, and it feels very strange, and I feel like I'm all out of sorts. But hopefully as I keep going again in the months, we'll get back into a rhythm. Fingers crossed. But yeah, that is it for the month of October. Let me know how your guys' October went. If there was a favourite book, least favourite book, if you had a 5-star read, let me know. And yeah, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. So don't forget to keep smiling, be kind, and keep reading. Bye guys. I don't want to think. Perfect balance. I think that's how you pronounce it. My October wrapped up.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.